Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, ICMB just filed a current report, and I'm seeing one interesting piece of information that investors will want to see. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company has released an investment dashboard summary, and it is providing a snapshot of their portfolio and how they are managing their assets. This is Investcorp Credit Management BDC Incorporated, and they've put out a Form 8K, which is basically a filing for companies to report any major events that shareholders should know about. This filing specifically highlights Item 7.01 Regulation FD disclosure. This just means they are disclosing information that could be important to investors, and they are putting it out there for everyone at the same time. The big item here is Exhibit 99.1, which is labeled as the ICMB Investment Dashboard Summary, dated the 23rd of April 2026. This summary is being made available to investors after market close on that date. Think of it like a company's a quick report card on their investments, showing key performance indicators and perhaps the overall health of their portfolio. Now, for those keeping track of their stock, Investcorp Credit Management BDC Incorporated's common stock trades on the Nasdaq Global Select Market under the ticker symbol ICM. The company states they are furnishing this information as part of Item 7.01. And importantly, they clarify that this information is not considered officially filed for certain legal purposes. This is a common practice to ensure broad distribution of information without triggering more complex regulatory requirements. It basically means it is for your information and a heads up, not a formal amendment to official filings. What is really interesting here, and what most investors will want to dig into, is that this filing points to an investment dashboard. While the 8K itself doesn't contain the detailed numbers from that dashboard, it acts as an announcement that such information is available. This dashboard likely contains vital details about their investment holdings, their performance, and perhaps their strategy moving forward. Things like the types of assets they hold, the risk profile of those assets, and how those investments are performing against their targets. Looking at the context around this filing, we can see Investcorp Credit Management BDC Incorporated has a market capitalization of around $27 million. Recent headlines from the 23rd of April 2026 also mention their portfolio details, specifically a $172.7 million portfolio and its risk profile, as well as updates on their year-end 2025 portfolio. This suggests that the investment dashboard is likely to provide more granular details that complement these earlier reports. There were also reports about the missing earnings per S-Hare in the third quarter of 2025, yet the stock saw a slight increase. This often happens when investors are more focused on future potential or the underlying asset value rather than short-term earnings fluctuations. The investment dashboard could shed light on why that sentiment might be positive despite an earnings miss. Another key piece of external context is that they hired Houlihan Lokey as an advisor. This can indicate a company is exploring strategic options, perhaps looking to improve its financial position, optimize its portfolio, or even consider a sale or merger. The investment dashboard would be crucial for evaluating any such potential actions. The filing concludes with standard information, including signatures and exhibit lists. The inclusion of the cover page interactive data file means that the data within the filing is also available in a machine-readable format, which is great for analysis. Now, what this all means is that Investcorp Credit Management BDC Incorporated is giving investors a look under the hood of their investment operations. While the 8K itself is more of an announcement, it is signaling that there is important portfolio information available for investors. The key takeaway is to look for that Exhibit 99.1 investment dashboard and carefully review the details it contains. This dashboard will likely paint a clearer picture of the company's assets, their performance, and potentially their strategic direction, especially in light of recent news about advisory hires and past earnings performance. My biggest concern is really about the clarity and depth of information provided in that dashboard. Without seeing the actual dashboard, we can only speculate, but if it is well detailed, it could offer significant insight into the company's value. If it is vague, it might perpetuate the uncertainty that sometimes surrounds business development companies. What I'm actually looking for is to understand how their portfolio's value is holding up, especially given the market conditions and any strategic moves they might be considering. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. Like, comment, subscribe, and join our Discord for more.